No, I'm trying to do a show.
Slam!
There you go. There's another DJ Jake C. Production, as today is the 1-year anniversary of Mary Slamdora.
Oh, wow.
I think I aired it over the break.
You did. I heard it.
When Mary came in and...
I had lotion on my hands, so I kicked
lotion
the
on her
door
hands.
shut.
That's right.
And it shook the cameras.
Yep. Comes in here. We're a couple of minutes into the segment. And bam!
I met him. DJ Jake C came to my show in Lorraine a couple weeks ago.
Did he come to the live show?
He came to the one that we did at Pizza 216.
Yeah,
he
right.
came to the one at the NBA thing. He's
Right.
been around a few
Yeah, we met
times,
him a couple times. Yeah. Does good work.
He's a good,
Yeah.
good guy. Funny guy. Funny guy.
Funny guy! Bill Murray. Bill Murray doesn't have it was always interesting to me how Bill Murray had somehow become like this beloved grandpa who would come up and pinch your cheeks, because professionally Bill Murray's always kind of been considered kind of a prick. Like, people who work with him don't have a great time and, whatever. Everybody's got their various stories. But Aziz Ansari's directorial debut is this movie that's been in the process of shooting. It's Andrew Garfield, it's Bill Murray, and the production has been shut down because a couple people said that Bill Murray got handsy. Now, here's the problem with this, though, and I think this is when you're going to start to overplay your hand in the Me Too stuff, is that there doesn't seem to be anything in this story that, the people involved have said there was nothing sexual. He's just a guy who... Remember when Jeff Garlin left the Goldbergs not long ago?
Yeah.
Because he was making people uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And the way he was doing that was... He was constantly joking with people in a way that they didn't find funny. Maybe a generational thing, whatever. Jeff Garland's a very brusque guy. He's big. He's loud. He's constantly... And a lot of people on the set of the Goldbergs didn't like that. People would ask him to stop, and he'd still kind of, I don't know, he'd Pillsbury Doughboy him or something. I don't know what.
But I think that's the thing, is when people are asking you to stop and you don't...
I agree.
It becomes harassment.
I agree.
It's not joking anymore.
But that doesn't sound like what's going on with Bill Murray. They shut the production down. The movie's called Being Mortal. Because they said that someone had alleged inappropriate behavior. And so they've suspended the film indefinitely. Imagine you're Aziz Ansari. And you're like, hey, I finally got over my own hump. In the earlier days of Me Too, Aziz was... admittedly, the lowest rung on that ladder. It sounded like he had kind of what amounted to a bad date. And people were like, Bill Murray is like a very touchy guy. Not in a sexual way, not in any personal areas.
He's squeezing breasts like a greeting.
No.
Oh.
Is he giving hugs?
He didn't. Lindy Korn up there in Buffalo now is on the case. No, it's nothing like that.
Boss hugged her and squeezed her breasts, which felt sexual in nature, not like a greeting.
He was very hands-on, touchy, not in any personal areas, but put an arm around a woman, touched her hair, pulled her ponytail, but always in a comedic way. That's the source. Always in a comedic way. It's a fine line, and everybody loves Bill, and this is not illegal conduct, but some women felt that he crossed a line.
Oh, come on.
But they can't tell what the... And then it says it isn't clear if he crossed a line. Bill Murray is a single guy. They say he loves women, loves to flirt. He enjoys poetry and romance. He's always flirting, but it's always couched in comedy. And so when you saw this story break, I think it broke while we were gone, is you'd see all of these people with their various personal anecdotes about Bill Murray. One guy would go, I volunteered on a celebrity golf tournament a few years ago, and Bill Murray was a complete douche. He's yelling at people. He's very demanding. He's very rude. You'll have other people go, I worked with him on so-and-so. I did this, and he was fantastic and always funny. So as with anybody, you're going to have some issues. But just the story itself, the people they were talking to in this story about Bill Murray confused me. Because when I first saw the headline, I was like, oh, come on. I like Bill Murray. Because you're led to believe, anytime you see the phrase inappropriate behavior on set, you assume, oh, Bill Murray put his hand down some girl's coin slot or something, And the people involved are like, it isn't clear if he crossed a line. He pulled a girl's ponytail. This is what's going to get you in trouble. This is when you're going to overplay your hand.
There's some kindergartens that are about to get in big trouble.
Yeah, how far down does it go? So, you're Aziz Ansari, and you're behind the camera, and you're getting a feature film made. Ben Dreyfuss, who was, of course, Richard Dreyfuss's son, he said that when they were shooting What About Bob, that Walt Disney had to hire bodyguards to protect the cast and crew from Bill Murray. Oh. Now that seems... He was sailing! He said that Bill Murray had a meltdown on that movie because he wanted an extra day off and was told by one of the producers he couldn't have it. Bill Murray allegedly ripped the glasses off of the face of the producer, a female, and my dad, who is Richard Dreyfuss, complained about his behavior, and Bill Murray threw an ashtray at him. Now, Richard Dreyfuss, in his own right, if you believe the stories about him, that guy, over the course of his career, people have referred to as a colossal pain in the ass as well. So these could just be a couple of heavy-duty guys butting heads. That movie's 30 years old, by the way.
It's a good movie.
Still a good movie.
Love What About Bob. I'm just saying that's not a situation that happened between two 71-year-old guys. Yeah. Happened a long time ago.
Should have filmed that, put that in the movie.
What about
Bob? What about ashtrays?
Yeah, that's right. Wasn't Julie Haggerty the mom in that?
Little ashtray therapy headed your way.
From Airplane?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was cute.
She got that mousy voice.
Yeah. Richard Dreyfuss referred to Bill Murray as a drunken bully. He put his face next to me, nose to nose, screamed at the top of his lungs, "Everyone hates you. You are tolerated." Again, I don't know why can't everybody have fun? You know what rarefied air you're breathing? And I know these are guys who are, even at that time, decades into their careers. But, like, you're in the 0.5% of actors who are, like, working and making millions of dollars.
And they were both killing it at that time.
Yeah, late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, Dreyfuss hadn't even done Mr. Holland's Opus yet. But
maybe that's what it was, that they were just two
bulls
alpha guys.
Yeah, maybe. It's Richard Dreyfuss. Yeah,
Such an alpha. Richard Dreyfuss.
He really is.
It's me, Richard Dreyfuss. So, but you see a story, film stopped for Bill Murray's inappropriate conduct. You go, okay. Or being handsy with women. That sounds different than what these people are saying.
But are they just trying to protect him?
Well, I don't know.
Do you think Aziz shut it down because he's...
An abundance of caution.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
No, the studio comes in and says
we're going to...
No, studio shuts it down. The film was suspended indefinitely amid an investigation into... Bill Murray just did Ghostbusters Afterlife. I don't think anybody had any issues with him
that was
on
like
that.
a day on set.
It probably was, right? Now, he had a handful of... He was in like the back 20 minutes of that movie.
Yeah, I guess.
A film starring, directed, and written by Aziz Ansari. The film has been halted over the Bill Murray situation.
Give us the film we want, Aziz. We want the Randy movie.
Randy.
From Funny People? Is that what that was from? I've had that clip so long that I forget what that thing is even from.
It's Randy!
Randy! He was like the real douchey comic that everybody thought was hilarious.
Yeah, because they would just yell.
The movie also stars Keke Palmer and Seth Rogen. There is no indication that either Seth Rogen or Aziz Ansari were involved in the complaint.
Oh, Keke.
Keke Palmer's having her own problems.
Trey Songz?
No, she said, hey, she was pissed. She went on Twitter and said, I was having dinner, and a fan asked if she could have a photo with me, and I declined because I don't take photos with people. And she asked again, and I declined again. She asked her 3 times, and she said no 3 times, and the girl just ended up taking pictures of her eating dinner. And I know public perception is like, you should be lucky that people, but you're still like a person.
Yeah.
And if somebody goes,
if
somebody goes, hey, can I have a photo with you? And you go, no, thank you, I don't, There are a lot of people, a lot of celebrities who will do that. No, I don't, or I don't sign autographs or whatever.
Or it could be like, wait till I'm done eating. Because I saw a video of like Cristiano Ronaldo, like people were coming up to him while he was just trying to have like a bit of like tea or something, and the tea was all cold. All his friends had finished, and he was still taking pictures. You'll never eat anything.
Once you get going,
one time,
there's like, well, can I get a picture? Like,
yeah.
After Bill Burr's show, I went over to Hilarities, and as I'm getting there, Bill Burr comes in like the side door, and they take him right to this table, like kind of off to the side. And I was like, oh, that's cool. He's here. But I'm not going to bother him and be like, hey, Bill, I'm a comedian too. We've met a couple times. If you remember me. Like, I'm not going to do any of that stuff because he does not care. That's not for him.
You mean you don't jump on celebrities when we interview them here like I did with Charlie Puth and Nick Jonas?
Did he go up? Is that what you're saying?
No, he was just there to have dinner. He was having dinner after his show at Romo Fijo.
Yeah.
That's nice to do. Like,
Yeah,
get back to the community.
He loves that club. He loves Cleveland. He had a lot of kind things to say about Cleveland.
Everybody kind of goes to kiss the ring, too, right, with Nick?
Yeah, when they can. Because, there's guys like Sebastian owes Nick a lot and Bert and stuff like that, but they can't always make it over either, especially in the past couple of years where they have such strict schedules and restrictions so that they don't get COVID and have to shut shows down. So now that those are lifted a little bit, it's nice that some of them can come over. And Bill's always been good about that, where he's, whether he's at Playhouse Square or Rocket Mortgage, wherever, he's always come over. He did a show when he's already in theaters at Hilarities on like a Tuesday because he's like, I like
shows.
it. Yeah.
Tuesdays, 2 shows Tuesday, 2 shows Wednesday.
Yeah, because he's like, because I can and I love the club.
Sure.
So, that was the best.
Still one I've never seen live.
He's on the cusp, Virgo.
Who,
I
Bill
saw
Burr?
Bill Burr 100 years ago in a club. That was the only time I ever saw him. I haven't seen him since he's become Bill Burr.
Yeah.
He was just he was just a road comic still when I saw him. Yeah.
Seen him half a dozen times.
So 6?
If that's what half a dozen is.
I'm just double checking.
It's actually 6.5 because it's a half a baker's dozen times.
There you go.
I remember one of my first interactions was with before he was super famous was actually asking him advice about religion, and it was on MySpace, and he actually got back to me.
Oh, cool.
And he was like, "It's all stupid. They're just using it to try and control you." And I was like, "That's what I need to hear, bud. Appreciate it."
Trying to control you. Yeah.
No, I meant Bill Murray. I typed in the wrong one.
What?
Bill Murray's on the cusp of being a Virgo.
Yes.
Of being what?
A
Virgo.
A Virgo.
No, he is a
Jesus.
Virgo, but just on the cusp.
I thought you meant like he was on the cusp of getting arrested or on the cusp
His
of being
birthday.
a Virgo. Jesus, it's all over the place. Cardi B posted a photo. Her kid was born in last fall, but she finally posted a photo of him. He's wearing this big fat diamond chain. This kid. The kids of these parents, you gotta love them. God bless.
What's the kid's name?
Wave Set Cephas.
Okay, because I know there's
Just name him Bo and get it over with.
culture and then wave.
Yeah, Wave. He's wearing a blue puffy coat and a chunky diamond chain. Ah, boy. Fans were pointing out the strong resemblance to his big sister. Yeah. That's a shock? Oh my God, he looks just like his sister with the same parents.
Not gonna look like his mom. She's had too much work done.
I guess you do if you're the child of someone who's been heavily made over. You do get their original face, don't you? I mean, like, Kylie Jenner, they got Chris's original face. That's why they had to have all that work done.
They're all pretty girls. Even Kris Jenner could still get it. She's pretty.
Yeah, but if you saw
But she's had work done.
that's my point. If you saw Kylie Jenner before the work, you were like, "Oh, she looks like 1,000 other girls we all went to high school with."
You look at them before,
look like a regular kid.
Like before they were like regularly on the Kardashian show, when they were still kind of keeping them out of the spotlight to when they were more prominent characters on there. That transformation happened quick.
Yeah, Google Kylie Jenner old face, and you're like, "Oh wow, okay, she looks phenomenal now." Well done. They've got
Look at Kim's original face.
they've got the greatest plastic surgeon of all time.
They have to, man. I wonder how much all that stuff costs. They'll never talk about it because they want to pretend like they didn't get work done. But
Well, no, they don't.
They do.
No, they don't. You can Google Kylie Jenner old face. There's no pretending that didn't happen.
But I'm talking about they never talk about it. They never say, "Oh, I got my cheek lifted, my chin done."
They should.
They never do.
And
Especially since even, when Kim does her SNL monologue, she's joking about how, like, all of her sisters just took a picture of her and said, "Give me this." Mm-hmm. Because they all have the same face.
And they all have like athletic wear, and they talk about being in the gym all the time. And I'm like,
good for them.
They lead you to believe that, hey, doing squats could get you a butt like this. And people like me are like,
it could.
No, not like them. That's fake.
But you can get one that's pretty close to that by doing a lot of squats.
Not with those dimensions, not their waist to ass ratio.
Well, that's just corseting. They all do that.
Right, but I'm saying that they lead you to believe, oh, look, I spend so much time in the gym. That's what it is.
I bet if you corseted heavily, like Kim, I think, has copped to, and you did a ton of squats, you were doing leg day all the time, and you sculpted it right, you could get the budget version, like the good enough version of what they look like from the waist down. Yeah.
Maybe.
Save yourself a lot of money.
I just don't know how that's healthy. Like the ass that Chloe has, I would live in constant fear like I'm going to pop an implant. Like if I'm with a dude,
don't sit on spiky things.
No, I'm just saying if I'm with a dude and he's real rough, like might pop an implant.
How rough do you think someone would be to pop an ass implant?
I don't know
Implants
how
are
fragile they are.
They're not fragile.
Yeah. They're not Ziploc bags. I mean,
But I swear I saw a story.
They're all terrain, baby.
There was a story that
they're set for road wear. I mean, you can off-road in those things.
Mm-hmm.
There was a story that Nicki Minaj butt dropped, and so did K. Michelle's butt. Like it happens. Like their butt it just drops. It goes flat. And I don't know how that happens. Maybe they went to a generic surgeon, but I would be afraid of that. I would be paranoid.
A generic surgeon.
Like someone who's not
He
necessarily...
goes, you know what? I do it all. So,
No, they put like other stuff in there besides the saline.
I always like the stories of the women. I mean, I don't like the stories of women dying, but it happens. These women that go to like the strip mall and they go, found out they put carpet remnants in there, filled it with bathroom caulk. That's no good. I've got a bit of sperm news before I go to the break.
Sperm news! A little spurt of sperm news.
That's right. A college called Westminster College in Salt Lake City, of all places.
Be there in 2 weeks.
Westminster College?
Mm-hmm. No, Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City. They are offering a pornography class. It's called Film 3000.
Ooh, I could test out of this.
Yeah. The class will require the students in the class to watch pornographic films together and discuss the sexualization of race, class, and gender.
That's gay.
That's gay?
Yeah.
I just can't believe there's any college that's going to be able to get away with a class where you're watching porn in it. So for all these people that are like, always pissing and moaning that, there's too much stuff going on college campuses, here's a class. This is red meat for those people. Here's a class where they're going to watch pornography. Westminster College, liberal arts college in Utah, in Salt Lake City, has offered an elective class during the upcoming term next month, despite backlash.
That teacher is such a perv. Like, how is he going to get away with that and justify it?
Well, you're voluntarily registering for the class.
And if you are doing, actually studying the way they say they are, it could totally not be in a pervy way, but to actually, educate on how these things happen, how black people and certain, things become sexualized and looked at in so.
I mean,
so
that's
many
how you
different
have to
ways.
couch
Yeah.
it. But at the end of the day, you're still watching hardcore porn in a
I'm
class.
saying-
I didn't say it's hardcore.
Who's going to ever look down to take notes?
Because all these dudes are going to be popping around and then just pretend like they're not. That's the whole gay part. Because everyone knows they're in there to see some porn. They want to see.
But if you want to just watch porn, just watch porn.
Yeah, it's not like it's hard to find.
Yeah, and it's in Utah where I believe still running the world when it comes to porn. Like they watch more porn in the United States than anybody else.
Because they're so repressed.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it comes down to is they want to do this study of it because it is such a looked down upon thing in Utah, but everyone's doing it. So it's like this secret lifestyle that everybody's living where they're all watching porn, but everybody's acting like they're not.
Also, I imagine that these are going to be very carefully curated films. They're not going to show, Anal Babes 3 or something. I don't know what they'll show, but hardcore pornography is as American as apple pie and more popular than Sunday night football, says the listing for the class. It's only 2 credits. Want to take this class? You're only going to get 2 credits. You ain't getting 3. It's an elective. Right-wingers losing their mind, obviously. They're trying to put everybody under the same dumb thumb. We will watch pornographic films together and discuss the sexualization of race, class, and gender as an experimental, radical art form. It's right in there. In Salt Lake City, no less.
Salt Lake City. Oh, no, that's New York
Salt
City.
Lake City! Yeah. SLC spunk, if you will.
Ah, there it is.
All right, I got a break. I'll have another $1,000 for you at 4:30. Chance for you to go fund yourself. So listen for that. If you want to text for anything, 35192, and we'll be back.